Hi there, this is garyryanblair, and I've got a great message for you today. It's titled, How to Avoid Repeating the Same Mistakes, and How Do You Put Those Lessons into Practice? So let's keep going. Since so many famous people and organizations seem to be intentionally ruining their careers and loyal client base these days through a lack of good judgment and wokeism, I thought this would be a good time to talk about self-destructive behavior and the power of unforced errors. I want you to hang on for just a minute while I make the case that unforced errors should be viewed as a weapon of mass destruction. So let me explain. See, the term unforced error is an important part of the vocabulary of the world of tennis. No statistic has emphasized more than unforced errors, largely due to the fact that they're quite often the difference between winning and losing. You see, an unforced error is best defined as an error in a service or return shot that cannot be attributed to any factor other than poor judgment and execution by the player. Now, it's worth noting that it's entirely a result of the player's own blunder and not because of the opponent's skill or effort. And as a leading outcast and black sheep of the tennis community, unforced errors can initiate a player's self-destruction and their eventual downfall, as these self-imposed mistakes are the Achilles heel for a player and often lead to a sure loss. In fact, a large percentage of matches are lost not due to the opponent's strength, but due to a player's overwhelming number of unforced errors. See, what every great tennis player eventually learns is that you can't become a dominant opponent until you learn how to limit your own unforced errors. And limiting your unforced errors requires that you bring greater maturity and discipline to your game. It means changing your approach to certain shots. It means limiting or eliminating any behavior that stands between you and the unleashing of your greatness. And most importantly, it's about allowing your mistakes, errors, and impediments to lead the way to a superior performance. Now, Marcus Aurelius, the last great emperor of Rome, said it perfectly with these words: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Now, it should come as no surprise that you are your own worst enemy, that the vast majority of troubles in your life are self-inflicted wounds, and much like tennis, they are unforced errors. The result of your own blunder, the result of your own poor judgment, lack of discipline, and half-hearted execution. Recent examples of high-profile people, companies, and even government institutions who have fallen victim to unforced errors via wokeism include the following: Disney, Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Amazon, Apple, Best Buy, Estee Lauder, the FBI, CIA, Starbucks, Facebook, IBM, Ford Motor Company, Microsoft, Netflix, Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the NBA, NFL, and the Major League Baseball, Nike, Rolling Stone Magazine, Time Magazine, The Atlantic, Salesforce.com, PayPal, Ben & Jerry's, and Lululemon, to name just a few. And if that's not enough, woke and virtue signaling celebrities, entertainers, and athletes who have been committing one unforced error after another include the following: LeBron James, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Robert De Niro, Howard Stern, Sean Penn, John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, Meryl Streep, George Clooney, Spike Lee, Billie Eilish, James Cameron, Lady Gaga, Bette Midler, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and many, many more. Then, of course, there's the everyday set of unforced errors, which we all have a tendency to indulge in, and they include indecision, self-doubt, lack of confidence, tardiness, apathy, procrastination, inconsistency, arrogance, greed, excuse-making, blaming, negativity, jealousy, embarrassing cell phone pictures, sloppy grammar use, lousy study habits, overspending, poor eating habits, cowardly behavior, and self-loathing are just some of the byproducts of your inner villain. You see, self-inflicted wounds like unforced errors are unfortunate, they're unnecessary, and they are unacceptable, as they manifest themselves in financial problems, in intimacy problems, communication problems, health problems, tax problems, and underperformance at work, and in just about every problem that you experience in life. Then, to add additional insult to self-imposed injury, most people compound and allow the pain to fester by berating themselves through negative self-talk. So you might be asking, what's the solution? Well, fortunately, there is a solution, as what stands in the way becomes the way. You see, whatever you face in life, you always have a choice. Will you allow your challenges and unforced errors to block you, to undermine you, to bring you to your knees, and ultimately to get you to throw in the towel? Or Will your challenges and troubles empower you, strengthen your resolve, fortify your spirit, and ultimately lead you on the way to greatness? You see, in the end, it's all about making a choice, and that choice is about playing a strong offense. You see, the single best strategy for solving problems quickly, for turning lemons into lemonade, and for converting failures or setbacks into success is to improve your how. And improving your how is all about playing a strong, smart, and savvy offense. It's about raising your standards and stepping up your overall game. So let me close on a very positive note, and that is the size of your problems is nothing compared with your ability to solve them. Therefore, don't overestimate your problems, and don't you ever underestimate yourself, as you were born to unleash your greatness, not to be taken down by obstacles and unforced errors. And teaching you how to play a strong, relentless, just an absolutely monstrous offense is what the 100-Day Challenge is all about. So check it out at 100daychallenge.com and make it the very next thing you do.